Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome aboard the Meteor FMk 3 and also later on the R2Y2 V2. And this is obviously another mixed match that consists actually out of two mixed matches. And yeah, in both cases I just wanna show you chats. Now, for the long-term viewers of my channel, you know that from time to time I visit chats, but not on a regular basis. Now I want to change that a little bit. See, with chats, for me it's like with aircraft carriers for certain content creators in World of Warships. They are not beloved, the system just isn't right there, it's very controversial, but at the end of the day you just have to learn it if you want to cover all the content. And I just want to begin with chats that are relatively easy. Now, the Meteor FMk 3. How to describe it? It's a relatively slow jet in terms of top speed. It has 4 20mm Hispanos with 780 rounds centralized mounted, and it's a very nimble jet. In fact, as for a starter jet, I think this is either one of the best or one of the worst starter jets, depending on how you want to look at it. First of all, this is a pure fighter, so under this perspective, in comparison to the R2Y2 V2. A lot of numbers there. I know I'm German, I should get used to that, but you know, here's the thing. The Meteor kind of behaves like a prop. It accelerates decently compared to other relatively low battle rating jets, and it also climbs very well. It dives very well, it turns very well, and it has decent armament. So it's a complete counterpart, for example, to the American low-tier jets like the F-84 or the P-80 F-80. They have better top speed, no doubt about that, and they also are going back from the 20mm fast at late tier 4 for the props for the Americans to 50 cals. And so if you master them, they are very good training jets. On the other hand, they are not very good when they're stock, and they are very unforgiving, so you actually learn nothing if you just constantly get shot down. You just think that jets suck, and you know, there is a portion going for it. The R2Y2 V2 is a completely different matter, because the jet itself is actually very bad. But why is it so despised by its opponents? Why is the R2Y2 such kind of a plane that people call, yeah, one of the most biased jets in War Thunder? If you want to talk about biased or unbalanced in that respect. Well, let's talk about the plane. Does it climb very good? No. I'm talking here about the R2Y2. Does it climb very well? No. Does it turn very well? Well, it's not awful, especially under the aspect that it's actually a bomber. Then, how is the top speed? Well, it's in the realm of the Meteor, kind of. What about the bomb load? Oh, that's one of the worst bomb loads for any kind of bomber. Even the Arados outclass it in total weight and also in drops. You just have a single 800 kilogram bomb. I think you just can exchange for also an armor piercing bomb, which in the current meta of War Thunder does not really have use, as far as I know. But, you know, that's just me. So the bomb load is awful, the plane's overall handling is not that good, so what does it make good? Well, actually the plane needs no further introduction. It has 4 30mm cannons in the nose, 600 rounds for them, and it has a 3.5 kilometer altitude spawn on every map. And that just simply gives it time to accelerate, to rush in, and just also accelerate enough to soon climb for the length of the meeting point, the 1 kilometer, where you then meet other bombers from the enemy, especially B-29s, B-24s, and even TU-4s in mixed matches. Talking about B-29s, let's have a look at the B-29A. So the introduction was kind of necessary before I actually got to the real point. And you saw me here how I actually use the weapons. I went from, yeah, not straight behind and aimed for one wing. And I'm using the stealth belt on the Meteor. Why? Because there are also armor piercing rounds in there. And currently the armor piercing rounds seem to do more work in the current state of the patches. I'm not sure if this is if it should be like that or not. And I'm massively overleading here on this LA9. So I think that's enough theory crafting. Let's just go into the match. I'm here hunting down this LA9 and he just goes into a head-on with a P38G, which he kills, and the other way around. Yeah, the P38G was mixed matched. Then let's have a look at this other engagement of actually an R2Y2 V2, and I crippled his elevator. And another spark. So he's heavily smoking. And there I have him. Saw him off his wing. Second kill. And I'm zooming through. And now, this is where the mixed match begins. And let's get right into it with the R2Y2 V2 here on the mixed match map on the preparation for the landing on Hokkaido. And an N1K2 tries to evade. But yeah, I wasted a lot of ammunition here. Sparking currently is still a problem with high caliber weapons, and the N1K2 goes down after numerous hits. And I pull up, and yeah, I try to a little bit self-bait me an F8F. So, and there he actually has fallen for it. I make the loop around, and he comes from behind from above again. And again he tries to do evasive actions, and again it really doesn't help. Second kill, double strike, just like that. And now I have to zoom away because there's another N1K. And you can see when the plane has some speed, it handles decently. But don't think for a moment that this is a true complete turn fighter. I just had a lot of altitude advantage. I came from 3.5 kilometers altitude and I made 2 loops and I climbed. So now let's go back into the fight with the Meteor, and I am again fighting one of my own country's planes, another Meteor. We just turn around, he engages another P80A and also tries to go head on with another R2Y2. I'm not sure why this guy did not go head on. I strafe him, hit him, and finally saw off his wing. And I zoom through. Good result right there. 2 Spitfires above me. Let's go back to the scene. Oh, what's that? Is that a MiG-9 at low altitude? Now the red box has disappeared for a moment, but I tracked the actual plane because it doesn't get de-rendered. And yeah, some nice hits into him at the very moment. I think I overled there. I have a bit of a problem today with my aim. I'm not sure what it is. It's not always the ping, to be honest. And I move around. And the MiG-9 seems to be not truly aware what's going to hit him. Now he tries some evasive actions, but it's too late. Aircraft destroyed. Again, a lot of hits. So yeah, that was my 3rd kill. I turn around, look behind me. I saw it on the radar. There is the N1K from previously. And I'm moving to engage him. Easy time engaging him. And he turns. And he actually changes his direction in the turn. And with the last bullet that I fired, I actually killed him. That was a pilot snipe. And that was the 2nd double strike going back to the Meteor. Now, I'm also turning around from the Spitfire that dove from the P80 attack. And he kind of tries to go head on. Yeah, and I was never going to hit that shot. And I'm in a turn fight with a Griffin Spitfire. Oh boy, oh boy. And it's a Griffin Mark 24. Those planes are highly dangerous. But he concentrated so much on the P80 that I had an easy deflection shot. So, and that actually was the double feature. Now today I think I wanted to make the introduction for some higher tier gameplay, as I said in the beginning, and I think both planes show what the firepower aspect is worth. If you put your enemy down relatively fast, you can be in a plane with disadvantages. The other way around, again, are P80, F80 and F84, and they have also currently 50 caliber problems. The weapons just don't perform very reliable. We had this for a few patches, it might change from time to time, but what we have now is just that they don't really perform, regardless of the belts. So, what do I think about both planes? I think the R2Y2 has the initial altitude advantage, and if you can energy fight an R2Y2 and the R2Y2 pilot actually does not really know about this thing and is used to Japanese superiority, he can get fooled into thinking that he actually flies a good plane. The plane itself is not the best around, and when you have it at low altitude with low speed once, it takes an awful long time so that you can get speed back into it. But I still would prefer it over the Kicker simply because of the firepower and ammunition load aspect. So, and yeah, then I think that's it with both battles. Let's have a quick look at the post-battle results. So, for my 4 kills, I got 75,000 civil lines and 6,410 research points, and that is certainly enough to cover eventual repair cost of over 40,000 civil lines. The match in the Meteor on Kuban brought me nearly 100,000 silver lines and 6,322 research points. And you see, I'm still kind of in the grinding or upgrading process of both vehicles. And I have to say, those are jets that absolutely have no trouble performing reasonably well, especially under the aspect that, you know, when you have to fly them stock. Anyway, that's it from me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Let me know in the comment section what you think about those jets, and let me know if you want to see again a bit more high tier stuff, because I'm done with the most of the spading or respading and grinding process since the last patch. And yeah, as usual, please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.